My name is Lisa. I'm a working housewife living with my husband, Osamu. Osamu is kind and family-oriented. He often called his parents and seemed to enjoy chatting with them. On this day, I was working on a brochure for a family trip we're taking this weekend with Osamu's family, 5 of us in total. Hey, Osamu, what kind of places does everyone like? What kind of atmosphere should the restaurant have? Also, do they have any favorite foods, or foods they don't like?
As long as the atmosphere is nice, anywhere should be fine, right?
I mean, could you be a bit more specific than that?
Well, as long as it's calm and quiet, it should be fine, right? And as long as the food is good, it should be all good.
By in-laws, I mean Osamu's parents and his younger sister, Keiko. Actually, this isn't the first time we've gone on a trip with Osamu's family. They often brought up the idea of taking trips, and each time, I was the one who had to make the brochures, which was quite troublesome. This all started back when we were just newly married. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, and Keiko. Thank you so much for all your help with the wedding, so I was thinking, would you like to go on a trip together? You all mentioned you haven't gone anywhere recently, so I thought it could be a way to express my gratitude.
Oh, wow, Lisa. You're really going all out with this surprise, huh?
Wow, I'm so happy. If even Big Brother is surprised, this must be a real surprise.
Oh my, what a capable daughter-in-law we have, right, dear?
That's right. A family trip sounds wonderful. I can't wait.
I thought if I could make Osamu's family happy like this. With that thought in mind, I decided to gift them a trip. But ever since then, it seems they got a taste for it and started expecting us to take them on trips. At first, these family trips were fun. But now, there's no longer any room for enjoyment.
Wow, look. This place is so amazing. I wonder what the meals will be like. I'm so excited. Lisa, your sense of picking places is really good, at least.
It's our first time here, isn't it?
Let's make lots of fun memories as a family again today.
Hey, luggage handler. If you dawdle, we'll leave you behind.
Hey, Osamu, help carry some of the stuff. Wait for me. Just like this, during our trips, I ended up being the designated luggage handler and couldn't enjoy myself at all. That night, when it was time for dinner.
This place is wonderful. So Lisa, where are you planning to take us for the next trip?
How about going all out and taking an overseas trip?
That sounds great. I want to go abroad.
Maybe somewhere classic like Hawaii would be nice.
About the next trip, such an expensive trip might be a bit too much. Besides, I'm always seated separately from everyone else.
Well, Lisa, don't you have to think about things like transportation and scheduling? That's why we thought it might be better for you to be by yourself. We're just trying to be considerate.
Even though it was called a family trip, I was always left out. Osamu's family enjoyed the trips to the fullest, while I was treated like a servant doing chores. I had reached my limit with these exhausting trips and the way my in-laws treated me. Thinking I couldn't handle this alone, I decided to talk to Osamu about the trips.
What are you talking about? Everyone's looking forward to it so much. And now you're saying family trips are tiring? That's way too harsh.
It's just not possible to keep going on such expensive trips every time. And as soon as we arrive, it's, I want to go here, I want to go there. We never stay within the budget.
Yeah, I guess the trips can be pricey. Oh, but hey, you still have quite a bit of savings from before we got married, right? Just use that, problem solved.
No. Using that money is just too much.
The next family trip is for my parents' 60th birthdays, you know. Don't you have any desire to celebrate my parents on such a special day?
I understand that, but...
But what? Are you planning to prioritize money over showing appreciation to my parents? If you're going to be such a selfish miser, I'm going to divorce you.
What? Divorce? That's...
Do you think I'm joking when I mention divorce? Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm serious. Look at this. Take a good look.
Wait, it's true. Osamu's name and everything are already written down.
Now do you understand? I despise people who are cold-hearted to their family. If you can't value my family, then I have no intention of valuing you.
That's...
So, do you get it now? If you continue to go against this, then it's really going to be a divorce. Be prepared.
Being told such things, I finally reached my breaking point. Fine, then I'm going to divorce you. Osamu.
Ha! You're saying you'll divorce me. Are you serious?
I'm serious. You even signed your name and stamped the divorce papers yourself, didn't you? So that means you're serious about getting a divorce too, right?
Of course I'm serious. But are you really okay with this? If I divorce you, Lisa, you're done for. How are you going to live?
Thanks for worrying about my future, but that's none of your concern. I'm perfectly fine, and honestly, I'm grateful that you're agreeing to the divorce.
Aren't you worried about your reputation? You'll be a divorcee, you know.
Not really. But if you insist, I'll talk to your mother before we finalize the divorce.
Yeah, go ahead. If you're going to talk, take the divorce papers with you and show them to her. She'll be shocked and scold you as much as you deserve.
Your mother is more experienced in life. Maybe she'll understand my perspective.
You think she's going to take your side, huh? You're so naive. Once she scolds you, you'll realize how foolish you've been. Go ahead and regret it.
Thank you, Osamu. You should also start thinking seriously about your future. They say regret leads to reflection.
Even if I divorce you, my life won't change at all. See you around.
I found it ridiculous to have a proper conversation, so I took the divorce papers and went back to my parents' home. A few days passed, and then one day, suddenly, Osamu's entire family showed up at my parents' house.
Hey, Lisa, what do you mean you're staying at your parents' place? Stop lazing around at your parents' house and get back to your own home.
That's right. We only allowed you to go there to talk things over. So if you get it, hurry up and come back to your home and take care of things properly.
This is my home too, so I can relax here if I want to. What's so wrong with that?
Enough of your nonsense already.
That's right, Lisa. You've been living off Osamu this whole time. You're a failure as a wife.
I don't need to hear that from any of you. I'm no longer Osamu's wife, so I'm not part of your family or anything anymore.
What are you saying? We're still family because you're my wife, and this is my family home.
I signed the divorce papers you gave me and submitted them to the city hall. It's been officially processed, so our divorce is already finalized.
What? You said you were going to talk to my mom first.
Lisa, did you lie? You never came to see me.
Of course not. I consulted with my own mother. She told me to divorce someone like you right away, and I followed her advice.
You tricked me.
No, Osamu, you just misunderstood on your own.
Did you really file the divorce papers? It was just a joke. I only used them as a way to make you listen to me.
So what? It was reckless to use something so important for a joke.
It's because you wouldn't listen to me. Besides, you're the one who's going to lose out from this divorce.
Even so, I'd rather divorce you than stay married. Being treated like a porter and all. There's no way I'm staying married to someone who treats his wife like that. I had submitted the divorce papers I received from Osamu to the city hall. When Osamu and his family realized that the divorce had already been finalized.
If you were talking about your own mother, you should have said so from the start.
She's my mother, so why didn't you just ask, which mother, if you were confused? I always ask which mother you're talking about, don't I?
Quit messing around. We're leaving right now.
This is the only home I have. I'm not going to someone else's house.
Lisa, enough of your selfishness. You're our daughter-in-law.
That's right. And yet you leave Osamu behind. What are you thinking?
That's enough. What are you all thinking anyway?
Ha! Who the hell are you? We're having an important conversation here, so stay out of it.
Oh, that's some polite language you're using there.
Wait, who are you? Are you Lisa's lover or something?
No way. I'm Lisa's childhood friend. I live nearby, so I'm just visiting. And you all, it seems like you've been treating Lisa pretty horribly, huh?
We haven't done anything. You don't know what you're talking about. Lisa and I agreed together that she'd cover the travel expenses for our family trips.
We never had that conversation. It wasn't decided between us. It was already decided from the start.
What? You made Lisa pay for all these trips for that many people?
And on top of that, I was always made to carry all the luggage.
That's an important duty for a wife, so it's only natural.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
Right. Besides, luggage is heavy, isn't it?
It's hard for us to carry it ourselves, so it's only fair.
Hey, what have you all been doing to my precious daughter?
Yikes!
Oh, that scared me. How frightening.
Oh, it's Lisa's mother. Well, what a surprise.
Now, there's no need to get so angry and yell like that.
Suddenly, my mother appeared from behind Osamu and his family, furious at the nonsense they were spouting.
What are you making a scene for at the house of your divorced ex-wife? You're disturbing the neighbors?
Oh my. Lisa's mother. How nice to see you again after so long.
Oh, feel free to keep it that way forever.
How rude. What kind of tone is that?
What do you mean, what kind of tone? You made Lisa carry all the luggage? And on top of that, you made her pay for all the family expenses too?
Oh, mother. That's a bit of a misunderstanding, you see.
Oh, really? And what kind of misunderstanding is that?
How should I put this? Lisa said she would take us on a family trip. Since we were invited, we thought it was a gift from her.
That's right, but I don't remember ever asking Lisa to pay for everything.
So, are you saying Lisa willingly paid all the expenses on her own?
Well, I suppose that's what it comes down to, Jess.
You know, they say couples start to resemble each other over time, so I thought maybe Lisa was influenced by Osamu's kindness.
Don't give me that garbage excuse. Hey, Osamu.
Yes?
You've been making Lisa cover all the travel expenses, haven't you? And you told her to use her own savings for it, didn't you?
Well, it's not like I made her. We're a couple, so our savings are shared property, right? So it's like I'm paying for the trips too, in a way.
Do you really think that excuse is going to fly here? You people, you're nothing to Lisa now. Don't you ever show your dried out, cracked, heel-like faces here again.
My mother was furious at Osamu and his family for everything they had done to me up until now. Normally, she has a calm demeanor, so seeing her this angry left the four of them looking very surprised. Then,
Lisa's mother. It seems like there's a huge misunderstanding here. This whole situation is entirely Osamu's fault, you see.
Excuse me, you're saying this is all Osamu's fault? How so?
Well, after Lisa suggested a family trip, Osamu got a taste for it. He was just using the idea of a family trip as an excuse to go to the places he wanted.
So you made Lisa pay all those high travel expenses just because of that?
Exactly. We thought we raised him better than that.
Hey, what the hell?
You know, it all comes down to the fact that Big Brother didn't help Lisa properly. Making Lisa carry those heavy travel bags by herself was the worst.
Wait, Keiko, what are you suddenly talking about?
Lisa was your wife, right? And yet, you couldn't even control your wife. That's pretty pathetic.
Cut the crap. Why is everyone trying to pin all the blame on me?
Oh my, Osamu, don't go saying things that make you sound bad, okay?
Lisa did her best for us, didn't she?
What are you talking about? You guys have been taking advantage of Lisa this whole time.
all right, that's enough. This is my parents' house. Stop making such a racket here.
It's because Mom and Dad are blaming me.
Oh, and Osamu? Remember that the house you're currently living in is under my mother's name, right? Now that we're divorced, you need to move out right away.
Move out!
And we'll be handling the division of assets properly too. Actually, the house where Osamu and I lived was under my mother's name. Osamu had completely forgotten about this and became visibly flustered.
Wait, Lisa. Telling me to move out of the house, that has to be a joke, right?
No, it's not. Unless you're willing to pay, let's see, about 300,000 yen a month in rent? If you can pay that, then I don't mind letting you stay.
There's no way I can pay that kind of money. Please, don't make me leave.
I'm not joking about living together after a divorce.
Once everything is packed up, we're planning to sell that house.
What? That means I'll really have no place to live.
That's why you should move out before it comes to that.
Don't say that. Please, let's fill out another marriage registration form.
As her mother, I completely reject that idea. There's no way I'd let my daughter marry someone like you.
Isn't that a bit harsh, no matter how you look at it?
Be quiet. Do you have any idea how much trouble Lisa has gone through because of you all?
It's all in the past now, so could you please let it go just this once?
Father-in-law? Even if I were to let it go, I will never remarry Osamu.
Lisa, please forgive my brother. And forgive us too while you're at it.
Ugh.
You had your fun doing whatever you wanted, Keiko, so what are you talking about?
Well,
It's partly Keiko's fault too. Mom, Dad, you should apologize to Lisa.
We're sorry, Lisa. We promise we won't ask you to take us on any more trips.
Please, reconsider the divorce with Osamu.
I'm begging you, Lisa. Look, I'm on my knees.
No way. Now go home. If you don't pack up soon, I'll consider everything left as trash and throw it out.
Please, don't do this.
Crying won't help. Never come back here again. Osamu and his family continued to make a commotion, refusing to learn their lesson. However, Noah and my mother, fed up with the noise, promptly tossed all 4 of them out. Since my divorce with Osamu was finalized, I received my share of the assets and completely severed all ties with them. Meanwhile, Osamu had to move back in with his parents and began living with his family of 4. But since his parents' house was relatively small with few rooms, Osamu ended up sleeping in the hallway or the living room every day. As a result, tensions ran high, and the 3 of them were constantly arguing. Keiko, unable to take any Instagram-worthy photos, ended up being mocked by her friends behind her back. Osamu's parents kept blaming each other over whose fault it was for the divorce. And so, Osamu and his family led a miserable life, filled with resentment and unable to afford any more luxurious trips. As for me,
You know, Lisa, your house hasn't changed at all over the years. It has this weirdly comfortable vibe.
Noah, you used to always fall asleep under the kotatsu when you came over in the winter.
I sure did. And in the summer, I'd cool off in your room with the air conditioning.
And every time, my mom would scold us, saying, "You're driving up our electricity bill."
Looking back, we were in high school, but man, we were such kids back then.
Or maybe, it just means we've grown up a lot since then. Noah has always been close with his parents and decided to continue living at home to be there for them whenever needed. Now that I'm back at my parents' house, we've rekindled our fun friendship from before. On the evenings before our days off, we meet at the nearest station after work and always go out for a drink. Recently, I realized that living at my parents' house actually makes my commute to work easier. Cutting ties with those troublesome people has made life so much easier. I've become calm enough to find joy in these small moments of happiness. I enjoy going out for drinks with Noah, and work is going smoothly. I'm grateful every day to be living in such a blessed environment, and I want to enjoy living with my parents while also being a good daughter to them. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.